All right, all right, all right. Or as they say, bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. So we're live from Paris. This webcam is terrible. So this is the masterclass, Latallo masterclass. And today, what are we having? We're discussing Google's newest toy, new discovery. It's called Notebook LM. It's hello from me. I'm not a faceless YouTube. It's me. I'm Latallo, Martin Latallo. I'm your host. Galifianakis, and welcome to between two glasses. Exactly. Welcome to Between Two Glasses. One glass is before and one glass is after the show. So I hope you're going to have fun. It's me, your charming, quirky French, Polish, German, English, Russian, not really, but host, and I'm a filmmaker. I'm an actor. I was an actor. I was a filmmaker. I was a director. I was a photographer. I was a cinematographer. I was a musician, and I was also doing some programs about wine and food and music. Cheers! Here's to you. So in this we begin the faceless part of the YouTube, the most interesting for you probably, and we're getting over now to this Windows on Notebook LM. And this is a new application that has been just launched recently by Google. And since I'm a big specialist, as you might know, of Google Guide, since I'm a Google Guide with 30 million views on my Google Photos, and number one videos, 350 videos, and the most seen videos on Paris. That's me. Hello. You can find all the information on Latallo, LATALLO.com. And now let's go to the introduction to Notebook LM. So you will have here a lot of stuff. You can listen, you can have a note. Because from what I understood, this is Notebook LM is the ultimate tool for understanding the information that matters most to you. And so we have this space which is created here. There's an information synthetic. There's an audio overview. So you can actually listen to artificial intelligence discussing the pros and cons, most of the pros, I think, of artificial intelligence here with Google.
Ever feel like you're just drowning in information?
Oh, tell me about it.
We're talking research papers, articles,
Yeah.
like even a whole shelf of books on one topic.
Right.
And you just need to get a handle on it all.
Okay.
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
And there's got to be a better way.
Oh, there definitely is.
Well, that's what we're diving into today.
Okay.
Notebook LM.
Interesting.
It's this experimental AI research assistant thing Google's come up with.
Really fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it's not just about organizing all that data.
Right.
It's about understanding it.
Yeah, it really digs in and synthesizes information from all those sources.
AI generated.
All those different places you find stuff.
Yeah, so from what I'm seeing, you can upload practically anything.
Pretty much.
Google Docs, PDFs.
Yeah.
Even copy pasted text from a website. It's crazy.
And it can handle a ton.
Which is good.
You're going to need it with this much information overload these days.
Oh, for sure.
The limit, I think it's somewhere around 500,000 words per source.
Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, like a whole digital library if you wanted.
So you basically
stop. And so they're having their fun, but I'm not sure because I don't seem to be able to access the typing feature. Okay, here's the typing feature. So so what is this? I'm going to type my family name because I'm obsessed with constructing my heritage, constructing my business. My business is Latallo. My business is me. And there is no information about Latallo. I'm so sorry about that. So we have to add him some information, but for some reason this is not the right way to add. We can select all sources. We can discover. No, we cannot. We can resize the windows. That's quite cool. I thought this was because for the moment, okay, maybe we can come back to that in a second. Introduction, because maybe I have to create a new one. Okay, and now we can upload sources. We can link it to the Google Drive to my website. Okay, so this would be the simplest way. Let's see if this works, because before I think I tried it and it wasn't working. It should be https://tatak. Okay, and now we're inserting this. Well, that's always inserting. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So we have here I have a resume, my resume as Marcin Latallo. Okay, and then we have all the information we need. We can even have an audio. It will generate an audio overview in most languages. Wow, this is really impressive. Okay, wait, I think I had a message here. It's 1:27. I really need to buy some groceries. And this is Montrouge, and I'm almost afraid to go out because I get attacked by people on the street. People are completely crazy. The world's gone mad today. It's gone bad today. It's today. Most guys today are just gigolos. I think I'm gonna get ready. And this we can also do. Oh, that's a nice idea. We can also do with this here. Okay, what's going on here? What is this? Nobody's answering their phones. Oh, yes, je suis pas disponible pour les appels. Pouvez me dire ce qu'il en est? Yes, of course. Et donc, nous passons ici. Alors là, je suis en train de vous qui ne fonctionne pas encore avec l'intelligence artificielle, d'après ce que je sais, mais qui est donc une application qui vous permet, si vous le désirez, et en français, s'il vous plaît, en français. Oui, bonjour. Vous avez envoyé un... Là, je suis en train de dicter. Et excusez-moi parce qu'il est en train de... appliquer à un casting sur le site Nawak. Et donc, le titre, c'est Way of Joe. Et donc, j'ai le plaisir de vous apprendre que vous avez été sélectionné. Voilà, vous voyez donc le travail d'un réalisateur qui intensément, alors vous voyez pas parce qu'on a éteint le truc, il fait, je sais pas pourquoi il génère la conversation. Je comprends pas très bien à quoi ça sert. Là, on peut faire un mind map. Je sais même pas si c'est intéressant là. Pourquoi il met tellement de temps? Et là, donc normalement, on peut faire un mind map, mais pour l'instant, il est occupé. Ah non, il est en train de click to open the mind map. Ah oui, d'accord. Ok, welcome, work service, contact info. Ok, super. Donc, il m'a créé un mind map de l'entrée de mon site. C'est très joli. C'est pas très intéressant. Excusez-moi, mais bon. Donc, là, on peut écouter.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something really interesting you found online, a personal creative website called Just Start.
That's right. It's this, well, incredibly expansive digital space created by an artist named Marcin Latallo, who also sometimes goes by Martin Latallo.
Yeah, okay. So what's our mission here? What are we trying to unpack?
Well, the idea is to really explore the huge variety of work he's put up on Start. We're talking texts, photos, films, graphics, even AI art.
Wow. Okay.
And through that, we want to figure out what this kind of, unique digital portfolio says about being an artist today and how people express themselves online.
Got it. So it's like a window into one person's creative world, but also maybe says something bigger. It feels very personal, but it's all out there in public. Let's dive in.
Exactly.
So right off the bat, when you hit the site, the message is super direct, isn't it? Welcome, this is my site. Here you can find my text, photos, films, graphics, art.
Yeah, no messing around. It tells you exactly what's on offer.
And then there's a little prompt. Enjoy.
Right, which is nice and welcoming. But straight after that, there's also a link. Support me or to buy my work.
Okay, so it's not just sharing, it's also commerce.
Precisely. It sets up this dual purpose immediately. Here's my art, please enjoy it. And also, here's how you can support me or buy something, which is frankly pretty common for artists online now.
Makes sense. And it definitely signals from the get-go that we're in for a real mix of content from, like you said, text all the way to AI art, not your standard portfolio site.
Not at all.
All right, let's start exploring some of this content. One thing that pops up based on the materials is something called The Way of Joe, which is described as a chim slideshow. What's that about?
Yes, that one's interesting because it immediately introduces this recurring element, CHIM, and the site explicitly links CHIM to UNICEF.
UNICEF, the children's rights organization.
The very same. It mentions the Association de Défense des Droits de l'Enfant and points out UNICEF's global work, even encouraging donations.
Huh. So right away, we see personal art mixed with, well, major humanitarian advocacy.
Exactly. It shows this commitment to social causes is woven right into the artistic work itself.
What does that signal, do you think? Seeing a personal slideshow tied so directly to an organization like UNICEF.
Well, it suggests that for this artist, creativity isn't just about self-expression in a vacuum. It's a tool, maybe, a platform for raising awareness, for advocacy.
So using the digital space, not just for show, but for impact too.
I think that's a big part of it. It sort of expands the idea of what an artist's website can be.
Okay, moving from that wider advocacy view, let's zoom in on some narrative work. There's a detailed bit from something called Short Stories of Loves.
Yes, this part really paints a picture.
It does. It describes this scene outside the Musée du Jeu de Paume in Paris. It's dusk. You've got the Place de la Concorde, the Eiffel Tower. Very atmospheric.
And then it introduces this character, Martin.
Right, Martin. 50s, tall, long, messy blonde hair. He's always late. Apparently it's like a disease. And he has Couperot's, redness on his nose and cheeks.
Maybe a bit down on his luck. Poor, neglected, tired, nostalgic, sort of lost in this big, beautiful city.
Yeah, dressed all in dark clothes, black jacket, black pants, gray shirt, carrying this old photo bag.
And the description of the light, too, the setting sun, the golden light on the Tuileries garden, on the museum. It's very visual, very cinematic almost.
It really is. And then structurally, it does something interesting.
You mean the Clicquot's ICI pour continuer bit?
Yeah, exactly. Click here to continue the story or continue reading below. It suggests what, like a branching narrative? Or just different ways to read?
It could be. It definitely invites interaction, doesn't it? You're not just passively reading. You have a choice. It feels quite digital, native to the web, maybe.
And this Short Stories of Love seems to be a larger project. The sources mention other titles connected to it.
Yes. Things like Audrey, Juliet, something called Short Stories of Love fashion doc series by Martin Latallo, and even short stories of #LoveIsJerda.
So there's a whole series, a collection of stories, perhaps.
Seems like it. And another interesting detail here is the mention of a real place.
Oh, yeah.
The Dome Cafe. It gives the address 108 Boulevard de Montparnasse, even its rating as a seafood restaurant.
Huh. So grounding the fiction in real Parisian locations.
Right. It blurs that line between the story world and the real world. Adds a layer of authenticity, maybe?
Okay, so we've seen advocacy, detailed personal narratives.
That's
what else?
Notebook
There's SOS
LM.
Planet.
Yes, another project with tags like eCodes and Walk 4 Piece. So that theme of social and environmental concern keeps popping up.
It's definitely a recurring thread. But then, completely switching gears, La Maison de l'Artiste.
Ah, yes, which is presented as, get this, # the House of Tomorrow reality show by Martin Latallo.
I
A
get this.
reality show concept. Seriously.
Apparently so. So
Seriously?
you go from, environmental scripts and poignant short stories to reality TV concepts.
It's not quite arranged.
It really shows.
It does. Definitely not. Wow. Right. Colors. Los déjà. And blue? They forgot about blue. Exactly. Who's this guy? What is it? Hmm. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can I interrupt you? Can you a new artistic identity? Ah!
Absolutely. It shows he has a real digital footprint, a tangible online influence, particularly in the visual realm related to Paris. It's another dimension to his creative presence, reaching a broad audience through platforms like Google.
And the site keeps unfolding. There are sections like Lovecraft, Decalogue, Illuminations. It just seems to go on.
It really does. And some sections are quite
It's a bit
distinct, like
boring.
1111 Nights, which is explicitly marked adults only.
Okay, so niche content too.
Definitely. And then there's Hal offering photo video AI content. Apparently, the first one is free, but then you have to purchase.
Back to the commercial side again. Paywalled content.
Yep. And pure commercial work too, like the ADS section
Oh.
mentioning a Porsche ad making of Warsaw 2017.
So it
Hmm.
really runs the gamut. High art, film credits, personal stories,
Let's
advocacy,
hear this.
AI experiments, commercial jobs,
Yep.
adult content, everything.
It's an incredibly broad spectrum.
Okay, let's try and pull this all together.
That's me.
Looking at this whole sprawling, diverse collection on Start, what does it tell us about how artists are, I guess, building their identities online today?
Well, I think it shows that the idea of a neat, single focus artistic identity is maybe outdated, or at least it's not the only model.
Right.
This site, Start, suggests that an artist's online presence can be much more fluid, more multifaceted. It can hold contradictions and complexities. Marcin Latallo here seems to be saying, this is all me. The filmmaker, the storyteller, the advocate,
this
the
is all me.
commercial artist, the experimenter.
It's like the digital portfolio becomes a living autobiography of creative work in all its forms.
Exactly. It's not just a resume, it's a dynamic representation of a whole creative life. It breaks down those old silos between personal and professional, high art and commercial work, niche and mainstream.
So for you listening, why should you care about a deep dive into
Can we? Oops. Did we just get interrupted? Yeah, I think. Wait, sorry. This is fascinating. I mean, it's a AI somewhere here.
one story online?
Precisely. It shows how one person can weave together all these incredibly different threads, personal stories, big film credits, social causes, commercial gigs into a single, coherent, yet diverse online narrative. It's a fascinating look at how identity itself is constructed and presented in the digital age.
It's really been quite the exploration, digging through all the layers of Marcin Latasha's Start site
Latasha.
based on these sources.
Hello,
It feels
I'm
like a
Marcin Latasha.
snapshot of modern creativity itself.
It really does. And it leaves you with a pretty big question, I think.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Well,
What's
when
that?
you see this sheer breadth from intimate stories set in Paris to credits on Kieślowski films to reality TV ideas to adult
Kieślowski.
content,
Before he says
what does
like
that suggest about the
Kachowski,
future
right?
of the whole idea of an artist's portfolio or resume?
Good question.
In a world where literally every creative impulse can be documented and shared online, does it change how we value different kinds of work? Does it change how an artist builds a career or even what we consider their legacy?
That's definitely something to chew on. How do you curate your own digital life? And how does seeing something like Start
20 minutes.
change how you perceive the complex online selves we all encounter? Lots to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thank you. Wow, impressive. So that was a very impressive demonstration. Oh, we're 20 minutes already, so we're over time. I thought it was 10 minutes. That's very strange. Anyway, so for Notebook LM, and so Notebook LM just generated, hello, are we in the right window? Or did we return here? Notebook LM just generated 10 minutes of podcast of two AI intelligences discussing my website. They call me Marcin Latasho. That's funny. I like that. So this will be my new identity. I will be Marcin Latasho. Hello, this is Marcin Latasho. I am from Romania. Perhaps. Yeah. Okay. So we're here in Montrouge. The weather is fine. The sun is shining. It's very hot, actually. Uh, you know about global. You heard about global warming, right? And yeah, we're we're experimenting with this notebook LM, which is absolutely amazing. And so now, what I would like to do is, I really want to do the next workshop about the masterclass workshop. But we're getting to the masters, but for the moment, we had the dead masters. Kieślowski, also the artificial intelligence. And one time he forgot blue. He was like, "Oh yeah, the classic: three colors white, three colors red. Nothing about blue." And then one time he called him like, "Oh yeah, the famous filmmaker Kashowski or something like that." And then, but the woman, the female voice said Kieślowski. So that's really, really, really great, incredible revolution. We're in the middle of an incredible revolution. Okay, so we stay tuned for the newest AI developments, because the channel just started again after being closed down by YouTube for unknown reasons. I heard it was hardcore pornography. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't even use the word. So I hope this time I don't get banned. So mostly what we will try to do, this was an experiment with Notebook LM. I just discovered it today, so I don't know what it is. I think it came out like 2 days ago. But mostly we're going to stick to Google Gemini, and we're going to try also to explore the capacities of VEO, the video generating module of Google. But I don't know if Model 3 is available in Europe. That's one thing, Model 3, because if you say 3, the voice transcription gives something that is free. And Facebook is free. Latallo is not free. Latallo is free. I'm free. Of course, I'm free. But my works, please buy my works. Please subscribe to my channel. Please go on my webpage, latallo.com, that you can hear those two artificial intelligences talking about. That it says that I'm such an incredible artist, that I do so many different stuffs. And please, please buy the rights. Buy some works of my works, or buy me. Rent me. I can consult your web pages. I'm getting really good with this Google Gemini thing. So this is what I wanted to say. This Gemini here seems to be working really nicely. And I have some business plans, and this is in other applications. These gems are a bit strange. I'm still exploring that, how it works. But here we have, it's Fashion Week, and so now we're creating an app with Gemini, and I will make a full program about that the next time. But this is not what I was looking for. This is quite difficult. This is new. I'm very excited about this new possibilities that we have with Notebook LM, and so please stay tuned. And let's see what happens next. Cheers, dear friends. Talk to you soon. All right. And cut.